Chapter 6, motivating employees. So how do businesses have to motivate their employees? Why people work? People work for a variety of reasons. The main reason why most people work is because they need to earn money to buy food and the basic necessities of life. But some work is voluntary and does not yield any money. So this chapter considers a wide range of motivations for work and how businesses can make use of this motivation to encourage their workers to work more effectively. So yeah, why do people work? People work because they want to earn money so that they can maintain the kind of lifestyle they want to live. That's the point there. Yeah. But there are some jobs that are voluntary. We'll get to know more. So reasons why people work: one, money to pay for necessities and some luxuries. Security, a sense of security, that knowing that your job and pay are safe, you are not likely to lose your job. You are not likely to lose your job. Another reason why people want to work is because they want security. So they want to put effort into the job so that they won't lose their job. And when people understand that their job is safe, is secured, that their future lies in that job, then they want to work. Job satisfaction, they enjoy being there. Esteem needs, they want to feel important. They want people to respect them. Some people are working because of that. Yeah. Social needs, feeling part of a group. Like, when you are working in a company, you become part of that group. So you have relationship, you become like a family. Yeah, you have a relationship with them, and that is one of the reasons why people work too. So what are the benefits of a well-motivated workforce? When we talk about workforce, we're talking about the staff of the staff of the company. One of the benefits of a motivated workforce is that there's high productivity. High output per worker in a business usually comes from, for high productivity, they said high output per worker in a business usually comes from a workforce that is motivated to work effectively, and from this come increased profits. A well-motivated workforce gives benefits to a business, including, so the first one we're going to talk about is high productivity, because they are working based on the fact that they are happy doing that job. So you can't expect less than higher productivity from them. Their output will be more than what the inputs. Did you get it? Yes. So high output per worker, which helps to keep costs low and increase profits. So one of the benefits is that profit will increase. And how is profit going to increase? Profit is going to increase when the output per worker is increasing, because at that point in time, the cost would reduce. Yeah. Two, willingness to accept change, for example, new methods of working. So there will be flexibility among workers, and that is a benefit. A well-motivated worker, a well-motivated workforce will be flexible to adjust to whatever the business wants them to adjust on. Do you get it? Yes. Two-way communication with management, for example, suggestion for two-way communication, which means that management will be able to listen to their employees, and employees will be able to talk or make suggestions to the management. But that is two-way communication. What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, motivation will come when the management are able to listen to their employees. That means employee suggestion counts. Yeah. So they feel important in the company. Yes. Low labor turnover. So workers would not want to leave the company. Like every year in, year out, you have to recruit new workers. So the cost of recruiting would increase. But if you are having motivated employees, they wouldn't need to leave your company for other companies. Yeah. They will feel comfortable. They will feel okay there. Yeah. Low rates of absenteeism. A lot of workers are always absent, not because they don't do it intentionally, because they are not just motivated. They don't like the office environment. They don't like the business environment anymore. So they feel sick. They come, they tell you they are sick, and they are not going to be there. Yeah. So they continue to be absent. They don't feel comfortable. Yeah. Low rates of strike action. So here, when we talk about low rate of strike action, because workers are motivated, they are happy, they wouldn't have any reason to stop working. They wouldn't have any reason to stop operations, like strike. Because if there's persistent strike action, it affects the company and its customers. Customers will not be able to get their order at the right time. So it's damaged the relationship between the company and the customers. Yes. Is it clear? Yeah. So all businesses should recognize that the value of their employees' output in terms of how much they produce and the quality of it depends on how well motivated they are to work effectively. So the point here is that employees are valuable, and if they are well motivated, the company wouldn't expect nothing than higher productivity. So effectiveness will come from employees if they are motivated. I think the point is clear.
Yeah.
So we have what they say here. Well-motivated worker will bring about high productivity. And high productivity will bring about increased output, which will bring about higher profits. But an unhappy or demotivated employee will bring about less productivity. Output will be low, and the business might not even make profits.
Yeah,
I think it's clear.
yes.
So that's the difference between a well-motivated worker and unhappy worker. Any question about that?
No.
Good. So go to human needs and on Maslow's human needs now. Maslow hierarchy.
Okay.
Let's continue. We have human Maslow's hierarchy. So Maslow studies employee motivation. He proposed the hierarchy of needs shown in this diagram. So for Maslow, he believes that workers are motivated because they have to cover up with certain needs. So for Maslow, he believes workers are motivated because they have a need to meet up with. As soon as that need is done, they think about the next need. So needs are reasons why workers are motivated. That is according to Abraham Maslow. So we check. So for Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we have psychological needs, we have safe and security needs, we have social needs, we have esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. So that's the pyramid. So it starts with physiological. For physiological needs, this implies that workers are motivated because they need to meet up with their basics, like food, clothing, shelter. So the motivation comes as a result of wanting to be able to meet up with their basic needs. So workers are motivated because they need money so that they can meet up with the basic needs. That's the first need. Then as soon as that is done, the next motivation that comes is job security. That is safety and security needs. So workers are motivated because they want to keep their jobs. They are motivated because they want to keep their jobs, and they feel like doing this job, their life is not in danger. Their life is secure. Their life is safe. Do you get the second need now?
Yes.
So the first one is physiological, which is talking about the basic needs, why people are working. The second one is safety and security, where you're working because you want to be sure that your job is safe. Where you are working, you are motivated because your life is not put at risk in your job.
Yes.
As soon as that is done, we talk about social needs, where you have to work with your colleagues. So here, for social needs, people are working because they want to keep friendship, they want to have relationship, they want to have cordial relationship with their workers, they want support from their colleagues. So these are another reason why people are motivated and why they are working.
Yes.
And as soon as that is done, we go to esteem needs. For esteem needs, we're talking about recognition, status, achievement, independence. People want to be respected. So when they are respected, they are motivated. They even want to get work. They want to do the job so that they can be respected. They want to have status in the society. Yes. And you not working, you won't have any status. Do you get the point?
Yes.
And the last one is wanting to become what they want to become, being the best version of yourself, self-actualization. So you're working because you want to be the best of you. That's self-actualization.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's according to Maslow. So most business managers now recognize that if employees are going to be motivated to work effectively, then the higher levels in the hierarchy must be available to them. And what's the highest level here? Self-actualization. So if employees understand that at the end of it all, the job is going to take them to the next level, they will be motivated to work. Is it clear?
Yes.
So money alone will not be the single route to increase productivity, as what's taught by Taylor. Evidence for the hierarchy can be seen in people who are unemployed. They very often lose their self-respect and self-esteem and may not have the feeling of belonging to society. So belonging to the society, which often comes from working. So Maslow also suggests that each level in the hierarchy must be achieved before an employee can be motivated by the next level. So when you don't have a job, people don't respect you. You feel you don't belong to the society. So no matter what you want to say, they don't even want to listen to you. Do you get it? So you lose your self-esteem. Respect is no more there because you don't have a job. Do you get the point here? Yeah. So that is what Maslow is talking about, that people with job, they feel respected, they feel self-esteemed. And the last one here is about Maslow also suggests that each level of hierarchy. So for Maslow, he believes that each level of hierarchy must be achieved before the next one. So workers might not be motivated if they don't finish up with the first level. Do you get it? So I need a job. Okay. Why do I need the job? I need the job to be able to get my accommodation, to be able to feed, to be able to clothe myself. As soon as that is done, that is achieved, I need to think about the next level, which is keeping my job. Where I am working, am I sure I will be there in the next few years? Where I'm working, am I sure that my life is not at risk? Is not at risk. These are what would motivate me to the next level. Yes. If you get it, that is the point Maslow is talking about. Yeah. But there are problems in that some levels do not appear to exist for certain individuals, while some rewards appear to fit into more than one level. For example, money allows basic needs to be purchased, but high pay can also be a status symbol or indicator of personal worth. So we can look at the hierarchy, but the point about the hierarchy is that some of the levels are not what we see physically and might not even happen to some people. Mm-hmm. For example, we talk about money here. So money would give you status. Okay. Money would give you respect. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you have done the first stage before you get to the next stage. So because you have money, you might be respected. Because you have money, you have your self-esteem. That's the point there. That's the problem about what Maslow's ideology is about. Manager must identify the level of the hierarchy that a particular job provides, and then look for ways of allowing the employees to benefit from the next level of the hierarchy. For example, workers in agriculture who work on a temporary basis, when required, will probably have their physiological needs fulfilled, but security needs may be lacking. If they were offered full-time jobs, they might feel more committed to the business and work more effectively for it. So it is also important for managers to understand which level will motivate each employee. Some employees are done with the first stage. They are already done with the first stage. So if you are unable to provide them with this next stage, they might not be motivated. They made the example of the farmers here. Farmers, they eat. Yeah. So food is not going to be the problem. So physiological need is done for them. So you have to give them maybe job security. You have to put them in a place that they feel secured. Give them equipment, give them machinery. That might motivate them. Not physiological anymore. That's the point there. Is it clear? Yes. So that's about Maslow. Any question about it? No. So we'll continue. So we'll go to motivation theories now. When people work for themselves, for example, entrepreneurs tend to work hard and effectively as they see the direct benefits of their efforts. However, once people work for someone else, then they may not work as effectively. One of the tasks of management is to encourage the workforce to contribute fully to the success of the business. To this end, many studies have been carried out to discover what makes employees work effectively. Two of the main theories are outlined below. So we have Frederick Taylor's theory. For Taylor, Frederick Taylor started his working life as a laborer in a factory in America in the 1880s. He rose to become chief engineer. During this time, he conducted experiments at the steel company where he worked into how labor productivity could be increased. Taylor based his idea on the assumption that all individuals are motivated by personal gain, and therefore, if they are paid more, they will work more effectively. Before we go further, for Taylor, he believes that workers are motivated because of money. That's the point. Yeah. That if you want them to do more, pay them more. He was looking at workers who worked in factories. He broke down their jobs into simple process and then calculated how much output they should be able to do in a day. If they produce this target output, they would be paid more money. Taylor saw employees rather like machines. When they were working hard, their productivity would be high, and therefore the labor cost would be low for each unit produced. Taylor's idea resulted in big productivity gains at the company where it worked, and many other businesses adopted his idea. But there are several criticisms of Taylor's idea. For Taylor, before we go to the criticisms or the setback or the problems about Taylor's motivational theory. Yeah, so for Taylor, he believes that workers are motivated when they are paid more. And if they are paid more, it reduces the cost of production for firms. That is the point.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yes.
So what are the criticism about Taylor's ideology? One, his ideas were too simplistic. Employees are motivated by many things and not just money. It's so simple. Why do you just talk about money? There are other things employees are motivated with. So it is, well, that is his own ideology anyway. But for me, you feel like that is so simple. Workers it's so simple.
Yeah.
So that's the point there. There are other reasons why people work. You can pay an employee more money, but if they are unfulfilled by their work in some way, there will be no increase in their effectiveness at work, and there will be no productivity gains.
Yeah.
You can pay them as much as you want to, but if they don't feel fulfilled,
maybe job security,
they won't give more, then they might not be effective.
It's not the only factor, so there is a lot of factors. Yeah.
A practical problem arises if you cannot easily measure an employee's output. The third problem is that for services, you might not be able to measure output, but you want to pay workers based on output. So how do you measure service? How do you measure agriculture? So there are some practical aspects of Taylor's theory that would not work.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because you have to be paid based on what you produce. Services are not produced, they are rendered. So how do you base your payment on that? Yeah. Those are the criticism. Yes. Is it clear for Taylor?
Yes.
So we'll go down. So we'll go to Frederick Ellsberg. So for Ellsberg theories, for Ellsberg, he believes that there are motivators and there are hygiene. Yeah, there are motivators and hygiene. So for Frederick Ellsberg's motivation theory, Frederick Ellsberg's motivation theories were based on the study of the work of engineers and accountants in the US. According to Ellsberg, humans have two sets of needs. One is for the basic needs, which is called hygiene factors or needs, and the second is for human being to be able to grow psychologically, which is called motivational needs or motivators. So for motivators, we have achievement, recognition, personal growth or development, advancement, promotion, work itself. So when you look at motivators, basically we're talking about things that comes within you that makes you to want to work. These are motivators.
Yes.
You get that? Yeah. Then we have hygiene. For hygiene, these are things that for motivators, these things are important for motivation.
Yeah.
But for hygiene, if these things are not there, workers will not be motivated. So basically, they come from the company themselves. Do you get the difference between hygiene and motivators?
Yes.
Motivators come basically from you, but hygiene are those things that if they are not available, workers are not going to be motivated. Do you get the point?
Yes.
So we'll take it one at a time. So let me just explain them. I think, do they explain them further? No. So let me explain them myself. Achievement, what you really want to gain, what do you want to achieve? That could motivate you. Your self-actualization, what do you want to achieve? That could be your motivation. Oh, this is where I'm going. You could be motivated as a result of that. You have an objective to meet. Recognition, you want to be respected. You want to do more. And if you're doing more, people would recognize what you do. They will appreciate what you do. So motivation comes because of that.
Yes.
The third one, personal growth and development. The job you are doing will also empower you. The job you are doing will also empower you. And then you are motivated because of that.
Yes.
Advancement and promotion, because you know that when you do this job, you will be able to move to the next level. You'll be motivated. The work itself, you love that job. You love it. So you want to do it. Clear. They'll go to hygiene. For hygiene, like I told you earlier, these things are things that must be there. If they are not there, workers are not going to be motivated. So for hygiene factors, So for hygiene, we have status.
Hmm.
What position are you holding? What respect does this job give to you? Do you get the point there? What level is this job placing you? What level are you in the society with this kind of job, with this kind of company?
Oh, okay.
That's status.
Yes.
The second one is security. Are you able to keep your job? Does this job or does this business have a future?
Yes.
That's security. Work conditions. Is the environment conducive for you or not?
Yeah.
These are things that comes from the company.
Yeah, not from the
not from the individual. That's why I call it hygiene. If they are not there, workers are not going to be motivated, according to Elsberg.
Yeah.
Company policies and administration. So their policies, their procedures,
Yeah.
the laws of the company, how are they being carried out? That can also motivate or demotivate workers.
Yes.
Let me quickly set an example. Like, I don't want to say it. Let me just forget about the example. I'll say it after this class.
Okay.
So, but when we talk about company policies, we have to understand how we carry out our policies. Because if your policies, yeah, there are policies, but how do you carry them out? The procedures about policies, that's administration. How do you carry them out? It's important. Because if they're not carried out the right way, workers might be demotivated.
Yes.
Do you get it? Relationship with supervisor. What kind of relationship do you have with your supervisor? Are your supervisors those that are motivators? Are they always encouraging you? Are they supporting you or not? If they are not, then you wouldn't have anything, you wouldn't have any reason to be effective.
Yes. It's not the same like work condition.
No. Working conditions are conducive environment, the place, how it is like when you're working.
Okay.
Supervisor is the relationship you have with your direct boss. Your direct boss. How is your relationship?
Yeah.
Now, relationship with your subordinates. How do you treat those that are working with you? How do you also treat them? It's also important.
Yes.
The salary, the amount you get paid. So these are things that would motivate employees, according to SBAC. So we call these ones hygiene or maintenance factors. They are maintenance factors because if they are not available, if they are not available, workers might not be motivated. For the motivators, this comes from the workers themselves. Clear?
Yes.
So that's about SBAC. Really? Okay.
Because we have financial words.
Okay, yes.
And
So
then we have